Infor Factory Track for CSI, Job Material Issue. Factory Track has several job material issue parameters to control the validations, displayed fields and processing options that are permitted as part of the job material issue process. These are defined on the transaction set parameters form for the job material issue transactions. For this training, we will enable the re-enter item, re-enter location, and re-enter lot parameters in order to show where these fields appear in the transaction steps. To start the job material issue process, from the Factory Track Warehouse Mobility main menu, click on the Make It icon. This will navigate to the production screen where you click on the job material issue icon. To issue a non-lot or non-serial controlled item, enter or click on the search icon and select from the warehouse list for the warehouse ID where the items are located. This can also be defaulted to the user's warehouse based on configuration setting on the transaction set maintenance form. Enter or search the job ID to which you are issuing the materials. To limit the return list, support of wildcard search is also supported. Enter or search the job suffix ID. Note that if there is only the 0 suffix, it will default to that value. Once the job ID and suffix are provided, the job item ID and description will default, as well as the required quantity for those items defined in the job order. Enter the document number, which can be used to tie the transactions together, and select the action type requested for this material issue. The options for selection are Normal, which supports a regular bill of material item issue, New, which supports issuing of a new item that is not part of the bill of material, Container, which supports issuing raw materials by container, and Byproduct reporting, which supports the reporting of byproduct materials into inventory. Select whether you want items marked for backflushing to appear on the selection list for the material issue. This field defaults to No. Select whether you want items that have been fully issued to appear on the selection list for the material issue. Again, this field defaults to No. Enter or select the operation ID to which the material is being issued. Defining an operation here limits the materials to be provided for selection in the following steps. Enter or search the material ID that is being issued to the job order. The associated search list is limited based on the specifications provided for the backflush and/or issued fields. Click on Next to continue. Factory Track will then evaluate if there is enough inventory in the Rank 1 warehouse location to fulfill the material need. If not, it will display a detailed material issue selection screen to allow the user to select and specify how much will be taken from the specified location. In this example, the job required 20 of material item 908 and has already had 10 issued, leaving 10 to fulfill the required needs. The application pulls the Rank 1 location to find 3 available. As this does not fill the required quantity, it also provides the Rank 2 location to the selection list. Select or highlight the record from which you wish to record the material issue and click on Next to continue. Factory Track now displays the job material issue process screen. It displays the job ID, suffix ID, operation ID, and material line ID, the item ID and its description. The open item quantity and unit of measure is displayed based on the record selected from the detailed job material issue selection screen, or based on the single location that can support the full quantity for the requested materials needed for the item from the initial entry screen based on the location rankings. The location ID is displayed based on the same criteria. The available item quantity and unit of measure is displayed to indicate the maximum number of items that can be issued from this location based on the item and location entry fields. You then enter or scan the item ID that is being issued. Display and validation of this is based on the settings on the transaction set maintenance form and is used as a secondary confirmation on the item that is being pulled. Enter or scan the location ID from which the item is being issued. Note that this field may be defaulted based on configuration on whether re-entry is required on the transaction set maintenance form. Enter the quantity of items for the item being issued to the job order. Click on Process to continue. Note, in the event that there's still a remaining quantity to be issued for the item ID, Factory Track will prompt the user to continue processing for the item until fully accounted for. If the item is lot controlled, a similar process is used with additional lot-specific fields. After completing the initial entry form, the application displays a form to capture and process this specific lot information. The job material issue item lot selection screen is displayed. Each record additionally displays the individual lot locations available for the item. Once you select your record and click on Next, the job material issue processing form is displayed with the selected item location displayed. To change your selected location, you can enter, scan, or search the location ID. The search list provider will be ordered by the location's ranking. Based on the transaction set parameter for re-enter lot, the application may display the lot ID field and require you enter, scan, or search the lot ID associated with the items being issued to the job. Then enter the quantity to be issued and click on Process to process the job material issue. As a reminder, the application will navigate the user back to the job material issue lot selection screen to continue to try to fill the full open quantity if not already met by this process. Selecting a different menu item or clicking back will end the continued processing. To issue serial track material to jobs, a similar process with additional serial specific fields is used. After completing the initial entry form and providing the location and quantity to issue on the first two forms, the application displays a form to capture and process the specific serial information for the total quantity as defined by the quantity to issue entered on the previous screen. The scan quantity field is displayed to indicate the quantity of serial number items that have been captured so far in the process. We can then enter, scan, or search the serial numbers for the quantity of items to be issued. Once the scan quantity equals the total quantity, the processing option is enabled. We can click on Process to process the job material, click on Show List to show the list of serial numbers captured in the process, or Clear List to clear the serial numbers and allow them to be re-entered.